The things that make you say, Guys, we have made it up here to Honey Hill this morning, where we have a buku of things to work on and to get started. But it looks like before we get started with any of that, y'all, we have another problem to tend to. Let me show y'all what that would be. I don't guess it's too big of a problem. Well, you could argue that it's not too big of a problem, or you could argue that maybe it's the largest problem you've ever seen. Musa Fimri, what are you doing? Why are you out? And who gave you permission to do that? Sheesh, y'all. Hey everybody, Cowboy Jake here, guys. Today we're up here at Honey Hill, where once again we will be doing a buku of stuff, guys. A buku of stuff. A buku amount of stuff? I don't know, guys. Anyway, we got a buku amount of stuff to do today. First thing would be Mr. Don is on his way with some hay, y'all. So while Mr. Don is on his way with hay, I'm going to jump back here on the tractor, plow up as much of that pasture as possible, and just, I've just been working on that when I can, guys. If I get 20 minutes, I'll go down the strip, guys. And then after that, my uncle is on his way. I'm going to help him help me with some T-posts back here on this fence gap back here, so the cows will then have access to the barn in that lane for shelter. And then I'm going to run all of our hot water line inside the house. And then I think that's all, y'all. But that's a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to do. And they're not all exactly easy jobs. So I guess all we can do is maybe quit talking and get to work. I love talking to y'all, but I got to get to work. The glow plugs have already heated. Don't worry. Nobody panic. Glow plugs have already heated. Now we got to let them heat again. Here we go, y'all. We're in the right spot. We got our tool on. We got a crooked post as a tripod. And we're ready to go, y'all. All right, guys. Mr. Don just now left. He brought us 2, 4, 6 rolls of hay. He picked me up over here with the tractor so I could unbolt this door. He even brought his own wrench for me to use, y'all. So we got this door taken down. And then the man of the hour. You're late. You said you'd be here at 9 o'clock. It's 12.
I was making a video.
Oh yeah, you're Premiere. I just now got the notification.
I'm here right now.
All right, guys. Every project we got is underway. I'm going to get on this tractor, y'all, because I'm afraid that it's going to rain more. And if it rains, that delays me for a long time of doing this pasture. And then if it rains, though, it does not delay me from running water line and doing plumbing and doing flooring inside the house. So I'm tired of doing plumbing anyway. I just want to focus my attention on something else. I'm so tired of doing plumbing. I'll be happy if I never see another pipe again. In case you didn't notice, I switched back to the regular old plow because the Scarfire works good. I just think it stays down a little bit too shallow for the initial ground breaking. So I put back on the plow, and I've never been more proud to have a destroyed pasture in my life, y'all. The front half is all done. Well, pretty much all done. Now I'm going to go over it with the Scarfire and kind of knock it all down and kind of smooth it out a little bit. But now we just got one little rectangle to do. But I'm not worried about that today, guys. I'm going to go inside and start running some water line or start doing some floor. I hadn't decided yet. I guess I'll just see what tools to pick up first. All right, guys, we're here inside the house, and you see our blue line coming up and through the wall. That is for our cold water, y'all. So it comes down, it runs through the wall here, runs all the way down. You see our one of our cold water lines coming off to the ground, runs to the restroom, runs around here, and you see we have all of our water connections in here. Now what we have to do, y'all, is do the exact same thing, but in red line for the hot water. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to come right here and I'm going to drill a hole just right above everywhere where we have our blue PEX running through. It should be pretty simple. I already have the road map. I literally just got to go up an inch. Drill that hole. And today's going to be a lot easier because I have a fully charged, not partially charged, not to where I have to charge it up after every hole, but a fully charged drill battery, y'all. Let's do it. All right, guys, all the holes are drilled, every single one of them. So right up above where that blue line runs, there are holes in every single stud, guys. So what we're going to do now is grab our red line and start feeding it through the holes and just do the same thing, guys. We're going to run it through the whole house. So I'm sorry I didn't video any of the hole drilling. I videoed one hole drilling, but that's just so repetitive and not entertaining and not fun. Not fun for you, not fun for me. Too bad we can't just snap our fingers and we'll have a pipe sticking out this wall. What the heck? Y'all. I thought it would work for all of them. All right, y'all, back in the mudroom here, we have our hot line fed through the wall. So I actually could feed it through a little bit more, but I have to put a coupler on it anyway, y'all. So what I'm going to do is leave all this hanging out for extra. That way I make sure I have enough to run through the wall, connect to the water heater, all that good stuff. I could, like I said, take it down another 2 foot. But let me show you on this side, 2 foot ain't going to do nothing for me, y'all. If it's running all the way through here and it's up through the holes and everything, 2 foot is going to put me through, you know, one more hole, and that's not gonna do anything. Then I'm gonna have to make a connection inside that hole, and that's gonna be difficult. I'd rather make my connection right out here where I got plenty of room to work. Yeah, that's working smarter, not harder. All right, y'all. Now the fun stuff. All we gotta do is run all this pipe through all these holes. Y'all, shouldn't be too big of a deal. All right, we got through 2 of them. Now let's pull out all that slack. Let's get all that slack out before we carry on. Next hole, right here. Just gonna try to do that like this. Push that through. Now it should feed through. Let's go all the way before we go through our next hole. Okay. Stack these pipes. Just like that. Beautiful, y'all. Beautiful. Okay, y'all, so I actually don't have any, I don't know what they'd be called, couplers, I guess, for this 3/4 inch PEX pipe. But what I can do is I can climb back up here, I'll cut it, exactly where we're going to start our T connection for our water supply. And that will provide me a coupler so I can continue on with this pipe, y'all. No big deal. Put it right here, y'all. We're going to put it right here. Okay. We're going to get rid of this pipe altogether. We don't need it right now. We will put on our T, and then we'll run our pipe going back from the bathroom and then connect to here to finish. There we go. Now I need some slack up to there to get me to the elbow. I just need to get to the elbow. Right there, y'all. That's what it's looking like. And this will now take us down to our 90. Just like that, we're working our tool up in there, we're getting the pipe expanded. And once it's expanded all the way, like that, I'm gonna hold it for a second. I'm gonna drop my tool, hang it up right here, stick my 90 in, make sure it's facing the correct direction. And now we just let it cinch on down, y'all. It's just got to cinch down now. And now we hope that we have enough pipe left over after we cut it off from the hot. We hope that we have enough to get from this elbow over to that water connection. I think if we cut it right here, we'll have plenty. I really do. We did it. We did it, y'all. Now let's grab this one. Well, I'll spin y'all around here with me real quick. Give me a moment while I set y'all up better than what you are. Okay. Y'all should be good right there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to get this pipe pushed all the way through into the kitchen. And we're going to see what our chances are of it connecting over here are. Oh my gosh, y'all. That was the biggest pain in the butt I've ever had to do in my life. And I ain't joking. Okay, at least we can get it to our T now. I don't know what it looks like on the other side, but I better look at it before I connect anything together. All right, guys, all we have left to do is things in this room here. So what we'll do first is we'll get a T for our PEX, and we'll put a T, and it will come to the water heater, and then it will T and go through the wall with more pipe, and it will go over to the washer. Okay, so that's with PEX pipe, which I got to pick up probably just another 20-foot stick of red, okay? And then, like I said, we'll put in the T, it'll go to the water heater, and it'll go to the washer. For this blue cold line, I have some fittings that I got to put in the bottom of this T and the top of this T. That will convert it into PEX, y'all. So then what we'll do is we'll run down this line of PEX, plug it in there, plug in the other line of PEX, and run it over to the washer, y'all. And then we will be completely done with our water being ran all through this entire house, y'all. Mr. Don, whenever he was here today, I spoke with him about our septic and how we're going to do that. And so what I'll have to do here is rent a backhoe, and we will dig us a hole, put in our septic, run our field lines, connect it to our drain, and be good to go there. While I'm at it, guys, Miss Debbie this morning, she came with Mr. Don. Miss Debbie came over here and started digging, and I think she said the drain actually pops out right over here somewhere. I don't know if, oh, this might be it right here, y'all. Let me see. Let me dig out around this and we'll see if this is the drain. Okay, y'all, so this is definitely our drain that comes out of the house. This is the drain for every single thing in this house, y'all. I think it comes out here and it runs over here, and then the drain for the kitchen sink, I'm gonna have to dig. It comes out, makes the 45, and you can see where I accidentally broke that, but it runs right through here. And so we'll put all new pipe. We'll put all new pipe from the sink coming out here, and then that's what will run into our septic tank. Follow the blue. Follow the blue, because the cold water is done on one side, y'all. It is completely hooked up, connected for the cold water. We have all the hot water ran throughout the entire house, y'all. Now all we got to do is put a coupler in that one spot in the kitchen right here, connect those two pipes, connect everything to the water heater, and then connect it right down here with another strand of blue. Guys, that's all we had to do. That is literally all we had to do. That's all for this one. Bye, guys. Have a great day.